I said, empty your mind.
Hey everybody, welcome to today's video. Today I just wanted to go over something and discuss with you, just show you basically some options when you're training with knives. Now, no matter what kind of blade you're training with, a rubber blade, a wooden blade, a plastic blade, or a fancy shock blade, shock knife like this, the most important thing you can do is respect the weapon. You always have to respect the weapon in your training. You should never take it as a toy, rubber or not. Take it serious, because if you're ever faced with a knife on the street, it's going to be a very serious situation. Now, everybody heard my last video where I said you should run. From here on out, we're just going to be showing you what to do if you can't run. And we're just starting with this video by showing you some training options and why you might choose something like this versus something like this versus something like this. Now, using a nice rubber blade like this soft rubber blade, they're usually silver, but it fades away and they break, so order a few. These are great blades to train with, to practice getting stabbed. I like, when somebody's using this, you can practice your knife defense very well with these without any harm. It does have a tip. This would not feel good if you got this in the eye, and I recommend wearing eye protection at all times when you're training with these type of things, just for your own safety. Especially with something like this that lights up, you definitely want to have eye protection on so you don't eat this. Now, in Wing Chun, when somebody attacks us with a blade, we usually wind up either disarming them or giving them the blade back. That's why this one's just a great weapon, because I can turn this back on my partner and they're not going to get hurt, cut, or anything. Now, why would I decide to go with a hard plastic blade? This one I'll show you. I'll bring a partner in and show you why I would choose this one. This one I like when I'm doing more of knife to knife. I want us both to have one of these, because then I can use this like a real blade, and I'm just going to have to show you in 1 second what I mean. It's a little bit hard to explain. And then this one is called a shock knife, and it shocks you. Now, the beauty of a weapon like this when you're training is, for one, you know if you got cut. The second you got hit, you know when this hits you, it lights you up and you're like, okay, I was just hit and I got hit right here. I got hit on the leg. You know, okay, I got hit right here. You feel it, it shocks you. But most importantly, when I'm going like this to somebody, it scares them. It induces fear. It induces stress. And it's more realistic of something that you're going to experience in a real knife scenario. So by having something like this, that is going to make everybody go, whoa, I don't want to get hit with that. That's more realistic and more of what you're going to be dealing with on the street. A real blade, it's going to induce fear, it's going to induce stress, and you better take it seriously and be prepared. So these are just 3 options. I've seen wooden knives and all sorts of things, but these are the 3 main options that I work with. A rubber knife, a hard plastic knife, and then the shock knife. Once again, please wear eye protection, especially with this one. And I suggest it can't hurt to wear eye protection with all of these. Now, I'm going to bring a partner in so we can just demonstrate a little bit. 1 second. So let's just take a look at this particular training knife here. Here we're using the rubber knife. And this is what I'm talking about. In self-defense practice, using this blade, we're going to go over a lot of things. Why my hands are up in the future, how to stand, what to look for, where to put your vision, all these things come into play here, all right? But for now, just demonstration. He sidestep, step in and punch. I sidestep, I control the blade. Let's go back again. And this is something you're gonna see a lot. Come in again, you'll see a lot, right? Cuts me. When there's a weapon involved, you have to control the blade at all times. The hardest part is not getting stabbed. So when he comes in here, if I go here and now I have this, I'm not letting go of the situation. I have the blade. I don't want to let go because he can stab me with this, right? If I start letting go and he comes in and cuts me, that would just be not the smartest thing to do. So I'm here, hey, I don't want any trouble. He comes in, I have this here. Now I can come back and return the blade to him. And this is what I was talking about. We're returning our blade back to our partner a lot in our training. He comes in here, I'm coming in here. This comes back, I'm putting that blade back in my partner in the training. So therefore I want to use this blade because it's soft and I can actually practice going in, he doesn't get hurt. Let's now take a look at why I would use a hard blade like this hard plastic blade. If we're doing knife-to-knife stuff, I like the feel of something that's a real blade in my hand because I like to use the blade a lot to manipulate my attacker. Now, he just got done getting some therapy on his arm here, so I'm going to take it real easy to just demonstrate this for you. I don't want to injure him with this. So when he comes in, he's going to come in with a circular. I'm stepping inside the circle. I got a foot's out here to stop the attack, and my blade coming in to stop as well. And I'm gonna cut the arm. That most likely is his hand's gonna open, he's gonna drop the knife. But for now, he doesn't have to, right? So we come in here, boom, right? One more time, my head, don't want any trouble. We come back here, slice, okay? Now here's what I'm talking about, where the hard blade comes in handy, and this would not work with the rubber blade. If he comes in and I come into the inside, slice, I can now use this blade just like I would a real knife to manipulate his body, turn his arm, and come in and stab, and I have control. If that was in his hand, I could just simply, and he's gonna let go of that blade, but I have full control of everything I need. And I'm using this blade, which gives me, it's stiff, so it's like a real knife. So when he comes in, slice, and then see I'm hooking to the bone. This would cut right through the muscle to the bone and then hook into the bone, and then I could turn right here, come in and stab, 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 wherever I need to, right? One more time. And for safety, like I said, I'm taking that real easy because this move actually tweaks the shoulder, tweaks the arm pretty heavily, right? So why would I use this blade versus that blade? Once again, this blade here induces some sort of fear response. And with students, especially not even just students, myself included, I've been using this blade. I know to trust, I know to respect the weapon at all times, but I've been using these rubber knives for so long. When this is pulled out, I just don't have that fear in me, the stress. It's just not, I've been using this weapon for too long, it does nothing. But when somebody pulls something like this out, and we got this set on X for the highest setting, when something like this is pulled out, okay, whoa, I don't want any trouble, I don't want any trouble, and that is making me think twice. I don't want to get hit by that. It induces some stress, and induces a fear response, and it makes you be very serious with your training, which you should always be. Knives and weapons are no joke. You need to take them very seriously, respect the blade in a reality situation, and that comes from respecting the blade in your training situation, and this will help. Now, come in, let's put it in this arm here. So he comes in, come and stab here, so I control the blade. You can turn around, light it up. Okay. So he comes in here, I come through here, and I control the blade. I don't want to bring this back to him without eye protection on, because this blade, as it's singing, you know, it's going to shock, and you don't want to injure somebody. You can take this hit on the arm. You can take these hits on the leg, right, as you come through, and you feel that. It's, whoo, gives you a nice little jolt, right? But you would not want to get this on the eye. So please, if you're ever using something like this, wear eye protection. That's it in a nutshell why we use these 3 simple things in our training. 1, simple safety. You can return this on your opponent. 2, this one gives you the feel of a real blade. You can use this to manipulate your attacker and your training. And 3, this one induces a fear response, which is absolutely crucial when you're practicing. So thank you for your time. Please do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, 1-inch punch that bell notification, and please feel free to share the video if you like. Thank you for joining me today. Have a great day. Thank you.